I'm Vin.
I'm Sori.
That's Booby.
And Jelpy and Ghosty. Chip is there as well.
Yes, Chip is there. Pedro the Lion, Transcontinental. We continue in our CSN-a-thon.
Yes.
Poor CSN, he didn't get to have anything.
On the Rockathon, yeah. But not poor him. I feel like if I was him, I'd be like, yes, they missed. I got my own thing. My own intro and everything.
How would he know, though? How would you know that you would get your own intro? Maybe
no, he didn't know. And he was so nice about it, too, because he basically said, like, are you just planning on doing mine on the next Rockathon that you guys do?
Oh, my gosh.
I was like, no, we'll make a thing of it. A CSN-a-thon.
I'm sure everybody's very happy with the CSN-a-thon.
Oh, I know. I know. Put your,
Yeah, alright.
No, I'm just gonna say, email your complaints to vinandsoricomments.com. I mean, at gmail.com.
Yeah, vinandsoricomments@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Email us your complaints.
Yep.
Ben Webb. If we see anything with your name in the title, we will automatically delete it. Alright, for timely, topical, political commentary, you can hit us up at Middle America with Vin and Sori.
Yes, that would be us. He's Vanna, I'm Sori. Sometimes people are not sure. I'm like, really?
Okay.
Alright, so this one is Pedro the Lion. First of all, this reminds me of that little story with the mouse and the lion gets a thorn.
I don't know what you're talking about. Alright, let's go. Pedro the Lion.
Ready? Go.
Engine severs lower legs. I feel my bruised heart beating. The spinal cord remains intact. Still sending and receiving. Lying back on shoulder blades. The cargo rushing past. Missing limbs beneath the cars, twitching on the tracks.
Oh my gosh.
Click, clack, now handicap, north and transcontinental.
Oh my gosh.
Nice.
I remember as I bleed certain tales of bravery. A man whose legs were crushed beneath a fallen evergreen tree. He decided he would chop them off above the knee. Sacrifice his shins and feet to make his torso free. The luxury of having been spared the hard part, you'd think would be enough for me to pull this off. But I'm left to bleed to death. Now all the man I've ever been, north and transcontinental.
Oh my gosh. For real? That literally made my stomach upset. Oh.
There's this movie of this guy, he was,
Oh my gosh.
he got trapped by a boulder and he had to cut his own leg off or something like that.
I don't think I could do that. I feel like you could do something like that. I just don't think I could do it.
I never watched the movie. You know, it's But it's those things about survival, you know. It's like when you're in a situation where you think you're gonna die, and unless you die X or Y, you do things that you would be surprised.
Well, I mean, I believe it. I was thinking about, I won't say what show it was because I don't want to give away spoilers because it is a spoiler, but there was a man that was trapped in some way by his hand and bad things were coming to get him, and so he had to decide what to do, and he ended up, cutting off his own hand. Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, again,
I don't know if I could do it. I really don't know if I could do it.
Yeah, you just don't know what you're willing to do until you're in those situations.
Do you think that I could do that?
Yeah, I think you could do it. It depends. If Orion was there and if you didn't get out, he'd get eaten by a bear or something like that. You would absolutely do it.
That's so funny. That just really changed my opinion on the matter.
So it just depends. On what happens, and a lot of times you don't feel that stuff. Like we're listening to that World War II thing. The guy got hit in the back. Mm-hmm. And he said he went down, but he didn't feel anything. Mm-hmm. Didn't hurt, Mm-hmm. And there's another guy who said he felt like he got hit in the head with a sledgehammer, and it knocked him to the ground. But he got shot between the eye, and somehow he lived. But he said I didn't feel anything. So. It gives you comfort for your friends, like, yeah, you didn't really feel anything,
Yeah.
If you're alive, don't quit. If you're dead, you won't know it. So, there you go. So, like, this is like the whole survival instinct of human beings, man, and like the crazy stuff that people have to go through to survive, like, ugh. But it's kind of a weird song because it's only like 2 minutes. There's no resolution. There's no anything.
No. And the other thing too.
And I guess he died, right? Because he said, "I'm left to bleed."
The man just died. I wonder if this actually happened. But it was weird because it had a fun sort of, not fun like let's dance, but like let's swing on the.
The vocals though were not very fun. They were kind of depressive a little bit.
Like
the vocals were.
Yeah, they might have been, but I enjoyed that type of music. Yeah. So when I say fun, I said not like dancing fun.
The previous song we did was fun. This song was not fun.
Okay, well this one, the vocal style and stuff, it was enjoyable for me in that sad, somber sort of way. Uh-huh. So for me, it was sound-wise, I enjoyed it. It was a 9. I wish that it was a different topic because I would definitely listen to this again.
It's always weird when
What?
This is kind of like a standalone song. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's a concept record, but it's just weird when you hear a song and they're talking about a very specific type of event that's not common to human beings. Like if you heard a song about a miscarriage, unfortunately, that's common. If you heard a song about losing somebody you love, that's common. But somebody dying in this way or getting caught up in a train track and getting ran out, it's just not something that normally happens in the human family.
And how did that happen to you?
Well, that happened a couple of years ago here in this city. And
what?
And it was basically a mom and her 2 or 3 kids, and
what do you mean?
She basically did it on purpose. It was a suicide thing.
Gosh, they all died.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So, it's just not a common thing, and so it's kind of like a weird.
All those poor kids.
Well, inshallah, they ain't safe now. But yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, that's a pretty terrible situation. And I don't know what. I don't know what was going on with the lady at the time. You know what I'm saying? You can never. It was that one right there.
No way.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's easy to judge her and yada yada yada, but
Well, yeah. I mean, I've talked to a lot of moms that have been in that sort of state of mind. You know what I mean? It's actually surprisingly more common than I thought. You should get help if you're thinking about doing that, because a lot of times the mom will think, well, I can't leave my kids alone, so it's better that I make it so they're gone too.
Yeah.
But don't get some help, because Sometimes when you get out of a certain situation, or maybe you need to be on a certain medication, or you have to get out of a certain environment, and when you make those adjustments and those changes,
or into a certain
environment, right? Seasons change and the thing becomes different, and then, you know, it's even though it feels maybe like a sane thought, it is not a sane, and it is not an okay or good solution for whatever issue there is. There's help out there. You got to get the help that you need.
Yeah.
Don't listen to those voices that say this is my only option. It's not. There's always more options. They may be a difficult challenge or a difficult path, but take it, and I'm sure you won't regret it after years to come, and you realize, you know.
Yeah. Of course, that's not what the song is about, but that's
no, it's not.
That's it definitely triggered that in my memory for sure, because it was a pretty terrible.
Yeah, that's really tragic.
But it was one of those things where it was like didn't even make the news, as far as like it was in the newspaper, and it was like 200 words, and then people just move on with their lives, you know. Which, of course, people have to move on with their lives, you know. Like
Wow.
I've had to make peace with the fact that, you know, we can read these horrible things and move on, and it's not because people are bad. It's because, I mean, what are you gonna do? You're gonna be depressed all your life? Like, you gotta live yourself, you know.
Yikes.
But yeah, so that was like a strange moment for me. I was like, yo, is he talking? I was like, whoa, that's pretty crazy. There was this HBO special one time, and it was about it was a taxi driver, and he had a camera, and he would just talk to people in Manhattan, and that was the show. And
you can do that?
I guess. I mean, I guess afterward they said, hey, you know, we did this thing. Do you want to sign the release? We'll pay you $1,000. I don't know what it was, but there was this EMT guy, and he was talking. He was miserable. And the taxi driver was like, yo, man, like, chill out. Things aren't that bad. He's like, yeah, things aren't that bad. And he was talking about how some guy got jammed up in the subway for whatever reason, and the train hit him, and the train and the wall was the only thing keeping the guys. So he was done. And so they brought the priest in there, and then they brought the guy's wife there and all that. And he had just like got done whatever. You know,
what's like, whatever.
He was an EMT, so he was on the scene.
Oh gosh.
He had to tell the guy, like,
oh gosh,
as soon as we, you know, whatever, like, you're done.
Yeah.
And so the priest came over. The priest did his last. You know, that's actually something about Catholicism. I think that is a, I think a hole in the Protestant sort of.
The last rites and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess if you're a Protestant, you could say call my pastor or whatever, but the Catholics kind of institutionalize that, and I think it's important.
Well,
you know,
I think
the
it's
theology
important.
behind it, obviously, I disagree with, but
I think it's important, but I also think it can be a scary thing, because I mean, it. Have you ever seen anybody when they're waiting for their last rites and the priest is not there, and they think they're going to die before the priest gets there?
Well, that's why I said the theology behind it, I'm not a fan of.
Yeah.
But the idea of, hey, you know,
Yeah.
at birth you have the little baptism thingamajiggy, which I also don't agree with, for the baby, but also at death it's kind of like that, you know. It's kind of a weird thing, and you always wonder yourself, like, would you rather know, hey, you literally have 10 minutes to live, and or, you know, the minute we do X, Y, and Z thing, you're done? They had shot the guy up with as much morphine as they could or whatever to keep him, you know, like semi-lucid while at the same time, you know,
not
whatever. But the guy wasn't feeling anything,
right?
Because the thing had went right through the guy's spine.
Right.
You know, he was. That's why in the song it was talking about.
I'd want to know that I was going to be dying in 10 minutes. I thought you're saying if you wanted to know, if somebody could tell you the day that you were going to die and how you were going to go, would you want to know?
It was one of those things, like, would you just rather get hit and everything goes black, or would you want to see the guys coming up over the ridge, you know, type of thing? So you're, you know, whatever. But anyway, I'm done with this topic. What a horrible topic. What do you give the song?
Well, I have a few more things to say about it. I know that you're done with it, but
go ahead, tell the camera.
I would not want to know the day of my death. sometimes when I get a paper cut or I cut myself with a knife, I think to myself, ugh, if I had to know right before that was going to happen that was going to happen, I would not like that because it's such a disgusting feeling. So it would be the same thing with that. I would rather not know. That's my one thing. And the second thing is, if I was in that situation, I would not want to I wouldn't want it to be so quick that I could not say goodbye. I'd like to kiss Vinny one more time, but that would be really terrible for him. So I guess probably that's selfish of me. Anyway, so it's a 9 for me, sound-wise. I really liked it. Topic was really upsetting in my stomach, so 6 for topic. What about you?
Yeah, 7.5. Vin out.
Sori out.
Gone.